Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Laid Back Trader. It is the 24th of August, and this is officially week 3 of my FTMO challenge, and we have a lot of work to do. So you'll remember last week I was in a GBP CAD trade. We had a nice break of this diagonal form of resistance, then acted as support. So had a break, then a retest, then it came back up here. I will be totally honest with you, I took this trade out wanting to lock in some profits and just finish that week $800 up, and I'm really glad I did. So my buy was here and my stop was around here. So it's one of those things, it's sort of I shouldn't have done it, but I'm glad I did type situations. But no, I had a few drinks on Friday night and I thought, you know what, it'd be a lot nicer to start on Monday $800 up than potentially back to break even. So I took the trade out here when it sort of married up to the former high here, and you can see here I took it out for $421.89, and then it did on Friday when I was away, it rolled back over and it started to head towards this area of former resistance and now support, hopefully. So what I'm waiting for the market to do, I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need that anymore. I'm going to wait for this to really retest this area and then look for a buy. What else am I looking at this week? Australian dollar against the CAD again. We had this really nice break of this trend, then a nice lift. We took this trade completely the wrong place, about here, but it did roll over. And then we took our profits here. I think we took around about $900 away from that, which is nice. Anyway, it's subsequently come back up and then rolled over again. We've kind of had this area here would be sort of a minor area of support. We can see it held the market up here, and when the market was falling, free falling, it found support here as well. So the market opened really low last night, and it slowly climbed its way back up. So I'm just waiting to see whether or not, if we get nice rejection coming back, so I'll treat it as if it's broken through the support, come back, and now is retesting as resistance. So if I take that to 1 hourly, I want to see some nice resistance here below this level, and then I'll be looking for a sell, so we can continue the trade that we were on originally, but we've locked in some profits, and then we'll get a nice risk to reward on that one. New one, Euro Yen. We've had a really nice, zoom out a little bit, quite a nice area of former resistance, now support. It's tested it once and sort of made its way back down here. You can see, zoom back in, you can see there. I'm hoping that what it's going to do is sort of stagger up here maybe this afternoon, then drop down and retest one more time. Then I'll be looking for a buy, get a nice risk to reward and go with the trend. Next one is Australian dollar against the US dollar. I may have missed the boat here, but we've got this really nice sort of ascending support, forming a nice little channel up here. I would quite like this to come back down, retest this, and then I'll be looking for a short, looking for a small buy, and hopefully take it back up to these highs. Australia dollar against the New Zealand dollar. So again, we're sort of in a nice range here. This whole market is pretty high up. I like this. We've had broken some key areas of resistance, and now it's ranging. So hopefully, if we can get it to come back down one more time, we can take a buy, go with the trend, and get a nice risk to reward ratio. It doesn't particularly like going back down, as we can see here, of all these multiple 4-hour candles. And then once it decided to go up, it really was a case of, an 8-hour period where it got back up to this key level. While I'm here, actually, I will draw in my key level of resistance. There we go. So yeah, hopefully we'll come back down and then we can get a buy this week. And then Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. So we had a really nice sort of ascending trend up here, and then a break, came back down here, broke, and then retested this former support and now acting as resistance with a really nice rejection candle. The market's come back down and it's heading its way back up there. So what I'll be looking is to see how it behaves when it gets back up to this key level, and then looking for a sell. I think a break of this trend that's been going for a good while maybe a clear indication that, we have a lot of space down here. We might be looking to be on the down. So that is it in a nutshell. Like I say, I've got a lot of ground to catch up on. If we look at the balance, we are on $50,812.76. So a long way to go to get to our 5,000 profit target. How does that look in the client area of the FTMO challenge? You can see this is a really nice sort of balance chart. Could go straight into a drawdown, stayed down there. Lowest it hit was minus $500, and then we slowly crept our way back up with some nice trades last week. But yes, I have a time limit on this, so I have to get to my $5,000 target before, well, on the 9th of September. I have to be at that level. So as you can see here, not passing my profit target. My maximum loss, thankfully, obviously, I am passing. And then max daily loss, I've only lost $715 in one day, so that's nowhere near the 2,500 that I'm allowed. We'll go over this in more detail. I'm conscious it's Monday morning, and I don't want to make these trading videos too long. But yeah, and we can see it gives you a nice daily summary, and then it will give you a nice breakdown of all your trades, as you can see here. It looks, on paper, it looks a lot better than it's actually doing. I've got a win rate of 71%, but again, these stats are kind of like, how they are interpreted can be open to debate. And like I said, we'll do a really nice video on this, and I'll explain the client area, because FTMO have got a lot of nice stuff that can really help you understand your trading strategy. And if you look at these stats and these analytics, there could be something glaringly obvious that I'm doing wrong, or that I'm not having success with, and therefore need to sort of change it. But that is where we are at the moment. So, like I say, a long way to go. Around $4,200 to go in just 2 weeks. So, what's the 9th of September is the cutoff period. So, I've got this full week, then I've got the next full week, and then if we go down, then I've got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, I've got 2 weeks and 3 days to make $4,200. Can we do it? Yes. Are we going to need to change some stuff up? Yes. I'm going to try and trade shorter time frames once I've identified my entries. I'm going to try increasing my lot sizes as well. So just make the most of these, because I quite often go into profit and then it sort of comes back down. So I'll get more aggressive and lock them in, but also trade with much bigger positions so we can maximize on those profits. Okay, that is it. So obviously I will be back once I have a trade to enter. Let's do this. Okay, just back. It is now Tuesday. Unfortunately, yesterday, nothing came up to the levels where I wanted it to be. So not a problem. Monday's normally quite slow, but hopefully we can get a trade in today. So a quick recap of what I'm looking at and where these things have moved. So the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen came up here yesterday, but not quite enough into this area of former support now acting as resistance. We look like we're about to really test it, so I'm going to wait for it to hit this zone, show a bit of resistance on maybe on the 15-minute, and then hopefully take a nice sell here. New entry, so New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. I found this last night. So if I look on the 4-hourly chart, we can see that we are beginning a downward trend. So strong impulse, bit of consolidation, thinking about it, and then a big drop, forming a really nice lower low and a lower high. And it's doing what I call sort of shelving. So it will create these little sort of retracement shelves and then drop. So I am waiting for this one. If I go down to the hourly, I am waiting for this one to come back up here, test this level again, and then I'm going to sell it. So I'm hoping that this is going to happen today as well. And then what else have we got? Aussie dollar against the New Zealand dollar or the Kiwi. It's just trading in a range. I probably like it to get back. I will like it to get back down here before I take a buy. Aussie dollar coming back down very reluctantly. So once it hits this level, I'll be looking to take a buy. Euro yen. Oh, euro yen. I didn't check this morning. This looks like we could be on. So what we did is we had a break of this sort of quite nice controlled upward channel, and then a really nice bearish candle indicating that on the 4 hourly, indicating that we have broken this sort of trend support here, and now we're coming back and we're going to retest it. So what I'd really like to see is a nice bit of wick rejection as it reaches this level. You've also got former resistance, then acted as support. So this for me is a key area. I'll be looking for a sell and hopefully continue this to the downside. Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Again, I think it's formed a sort of level here of resistance. We can see stop the market there, stop the market there, stop the market there. But I wouldn't be interested in taking this trade. That's kind of in no man's land. And then, you know, if I'm wrong about this, then my risk to reward is going to be completely off. So I'll wait for it to come back up here before taking a sell. GBP CAD, again, if I zoom out here. Yeah, so hopefully we can get it back down here and really test this. It did come back down here yesterday. It didn't enter this, sort of test this zone as much as I'd hoped. Also, I think I missed this a little bit. Could have been a trade there, but hopefully we'll get one more chance to come back down and then we can go for a buy. USD, Swiss franc. I've just kept these on here just to keep an eye on them, to be fair, so I won't go into these pairs. But yeah, so that is me for today. Hopefully I'll be able to report back in a minute with a couple of trades. I do have calls 9 till 11 this morning, but if I need to mid-call just drop a trade in, then I'll explain what I did in the next video, hopefully around lunchtime. Okay, I will see you in a bit. Okay, wow, that was a bit more than a bit. The time is 1 minute past 10 on Tuesday, the 25th of August. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to do any recording throughout the day. Work was just completely manic. So I did get a trade in though, not a good one, and I'll explain that one in a second. So I was looking at the euro yen this morning thinking, okay, this is looking fantastic. We can see here, I'm looking at it on the hourly. I think the last view we had was on the 4 hourly. I was hoping for it to come up to this sort of key area where we had diagonal, potential diagonal resistance, former support in this blue line, and also a key area of former resistance and support. But no, it just kept going. It kept going and gave us no indication that it was going to stop. So that trade didn't come through. That's absolutely fine. So the trade that I did take, the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, it was coming back up to this key area here. We'd already got a nice break of this channel, this upward trend. And I thought it was, it came up to here and it started to show some nice resistance. If I take it to the 15 minute, this is where I was looking at it. And it was such a long time ago. So it was here. We got these really nice candles here, and then it started to move to the downside. So I sold it here and put my stop loss up above this previous level, and it took me out. I put 2 lots in. And I got taken out for a loss of $430.66. But not to worry. I'm very keen to see what it does when it gets to this level again. So I'm going to remove this now because I don't need that. Yes, we've come up here, and this is a really key area of resistance. If we look on the daily, this has held this level, for a considerable amount of time, and is a key area of resistance. So, and it's also formed a pretty nice ascending wedge, which, as we know, do have a propensity to drop to the downside. He says, so I'll line this out in blue. This is what I'm looking at, and this is what I mean by an ascending wedge. Okay, so
yes, slightly more likely to move to the downside than the upside in judging from experience. So we've been creeping up slowly, but this door is very much locked when we get up here. No, no, no. One more retest. It may break through, and then we'll be looking for a buy, but I'm hoping that we get nice rejection here, and then I can make a trade to the downside. And then once we move down, it may test this again and go back up again. But once we break this line here, this diagonal support, this trend line, then I'm hoping that we can get a nice drop on this. Other one that I was looking at, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, again showed no signs of turning around up here to continue the trend to the downside. So I just completely abandoned any notion of that. So that was my update. Apologies I couldn't get the trade on record, but I promise I'm not lying. It'd be a pretty rubbish lie, wouldn't it? But yes, so we lost $430 today, which means that our balance is $50,376. $50,376. Sorry. You can tell I'm tired and that it's late. So I'm going to go to bed. I'm hoping for this trade to come through tomorrow, or maybe I might put it in late tonight. We shall see, but I will keep you updated as always. See you in a bit.
Good morning, everybody. So it is 12 minutes past 8 on the 26th of August. What happened with the Australian dollar, Japanese yen last night? It did come back up to these this key level of resistance, showed really nice rejection, and started to look like it was going to move to the downside. So we had rejection and then a promise to go to the downside. So I put a sell in here. If I zoom out, my stop loss is well above this level and these previous highs, and there is a risk of $558 there. Where do I hope this trade is going to end up? I'm hoping that we're going to break through this sort of diagonal trend support, break through here, maybe a little retest, and then drop to the downside. So if I leave this in for the long term and that actually happens, where would I expect it to end up? I would expect it to end up at these kind of previous lows here, and that would give me a profit of around 3,340 US dollars. Obviously, there's a lot that needs to happen before that we get to that level. But so what did it look like this morning? Well, last night it came up, came back down, retested, and then got some really nice rejection there. And this morning it's just been chopping around. It did look like it was going to go. I came to the chart and I thought, right, go, go, go. Is my risk to reward there? Yes, it is. Let's take the trade. So I put the sell in here, and I'm currently minus $53. So do I expect probably one more to the upside? Yep. Will I increase my position size if it does that? Yeah, I probably will. At the moment, I'm only trading. Excuse me. At the moment, I'm only trading one lot, but I will happily add to this position. Go all in, as it were. I'm not going crazy. I'm still keeping my risk to reward there, and I'm not risking too much of my account. So $500 would be a 1% on my account. So if I was to stack that up and risk a further $500, so 1,000 in total, 2% of my account is not an unreasonable risk, seeing as the reward is potentially so high. And we need to get this challenge underway. I know we started in profit, and this could put me back into the negative, but this is the nature of trading. Right, but I will keep you up to date with this as we move throughout the day. So I will see you soon. Okay, welcome back. What a day I have had. So I've been on back-to-back calls, and this has just been ticking along in the background. I did actually get a chance to add to my position on the Australian dollar yen. We can see, if I zoom in a bit here, we can see I originally sold here and into one lot into this position. Then we came back up, got some nice rejection, and I managed to sell again.
So we're getting some nice wick rejection, but as it stands, we are minus $223. I'm not going to lie, this has been absolutely mind-numbingly boring to watch today. So we came down here, we spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours just floating around, not really doing anything, popped back up, and got another sell in. So I'm going to go and have a shower and have some food. I finished my last call. So I will most likely see you in the morning, where hopefully this has moved to the downside. But be prepared for me to say, it stayed exactly where it is. But again, so all these misconceptions that trading is buy, sell. It's not. It's basically watching small red and green candles appear over vast periods of time. But anyway, I'm rambling. It's because it's late. Hopefully we'll get some movement on this and we'll see it start to move to the downside tomorrow, if we're lucky. Right, I will see you soon. Okay, that was a little bit longer than expected. The time is 9:30 on Thursday, the 27th of August. And as you can see, we lost. We lost hard here. We got a complete break of this, long time area of resistance, and the trade just went above us. So, do you know what? I'm not annoyed because I don't get annoyed when I place the trades in and I follow my rules and put the trades in. That to me, that looked like a really good reversal opportunity. But yeah, it is a bit annoying because I've traded quite heavily on that and with my position sizes, trying to get used to trading with a $50,000 account. And yeah, so we lost, because I had 2 lots in, we lost $561 on one and $392 on the other. So that puts us back even further than at the end of week 1. If I don't laugh, I will cry. No, as in all seriousness, I'm not getting emotional about it. It's just, it is a bit annoying, but hey ho. So we are now minus $618 down, which is not the end of the world. It's we can certainly get this back. I think I'm trying to trade, trying to get used to these position sizes, trying to make sure that I'm managing my risk. But similarly, so I mean that's only over a 1% drawdown. That's not anything to write home about. The biggest thing for me is this time limit that I've got. This is it is making me change the way I'm trading. I've got a couple of really helpful subscribers actually. I think it's Nikon Shooter. Shout out. Who keeps giving me absolutely fantastic advice, and I need to just take a step back and I need to listen as well. I'm swing trading on the 4 hourly realistically, and that's how I've always traded. Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to really cut it in this challenge unless the markets move really quickly. For me, it's just not going to play the game. So hey ho, we're going to remain positive, and we are going to go back to the drawing board. Maybe I can look at some charts now and see if there's anything that I might be able to trade tomorrow. But I'm not going to rush. Certainly not going to just rush in and take any old trade. I need to really have a look at it. But yeah, apologies to the people watching this. I should, instead of calling it the laid back trader, I should have said watch Mark lose money. But no, we will get there. Like I said, if I don't make it this time, then I will just get buy another challenge. I've also been looking into the FTMO rules of engagement with the challenge. There is a chance that I could not make the challenge, and as long as I'm in a profitable position and I haven't violated their drawdown rules, then I could be allowed to retake the challenge again free of charge. But what I do know is I'm going to need to familiarize myself. I'm going to keep going and get used to this style of trading. Try not to let it affect my strategy too much, and work my way around it.
So I'm going to stop rambling. I may see you tomorrow for a trade, but if not, then this will be the end of the video. And thank you for watching. There's always next week. So we've got to stay positive and we've got to keep going. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. I did not find any trades last night that I would want to take today. But I'm going to do a little recap of this week and where do I think I've gone wrong. I think there's numerous things that I'm doing wrong, but throughout the challenge as well. So this is not just this week. There have been multiple times where I haven't let the trades run. I've wimped out and not let my profits reach their full potential. My lot sizing has been all over the show. So I need to go back to the drawing board and do some maths and really calculate this. There have also been instances where I've changed my mind midweek and said, actually, no, that looks like that, which has led, I did that on this week, actually. I just looked back at the video and I did it on the euro yen. As I said, oh, as it comes back to this former resistance, now support, we'll be looking for a buy. And then I proceeded to, look for a sell after having a reanalyzing it. So I'm going to have a good hard think about this over the weekend. I'm going to take a look at my trading and look at myself and say, right, what have I been, where can I improve? It's really interesting to see how the pressure of the target, the 5K target, and then also obviously this time frame that we're trading in. It really does put the cat amongst the pigeons, and it makes you trade slightly differently. It shouldn't do. But it's definitely made me question, my psychology. So, well, it's just sort of like Jerry Springer's final thought, isn't it? So that's my analysis of my own performance. I'm trading differently, and there's a very fine balance between being profitable and not being profitable. So I'm going to come back next week, and we are going to hit this for the very last week and see if we can realistically just get this back into a profitable account and then hopefully take the challenge again. But I will keep going. I just wanted to say that I'm aware of the things that I'm doing now. It's very easy to get distracted, rush it and say, right, okay, that's a trade. If I've got a call in a minute, put it in. Otherwise I'm not going to be in a trade, and that's not the way to do this. So a bit of reflection, bit of a mindset change, and next week we should come back with a slightly different approach, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for bearing with me. We will get there in the end. Like I said, I will keep going, so I will keep making these videos, I will keep taking challenges until we get there, because I'm a stubborn person and I will keep going. But if I keep going like this, it's just not going to happen, so things need to change. All right, well, have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you on the other side. See you soon.